on the other.
Do you think you would cast a funny shadow
Are
puppet?
people objects?
Oh no!
Depends on who you ask.
Well,
We're stepping into dangerous territory here, boys.
Well, you see, gamer.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nick, roll a d10 for me.
Let me dig out my D10. There we go.
I maybe hadn't figured
Like,
out what this item
got
was
a 9.
specifically. A
Let's hope 9 was good.
I mean, it's one less than 10.
Well, 1 could have been good in this case.
That is also true. In that case, it is 8 more than 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Don't put that evil out in the world.
What are you rolling for?
That's a good question.
I think he's trying to spawn an item.
Oh,
Yes, in fact, I am.
Ooh.
I hadn't actually figured out what this item was before, so
it
we are.
materializes in the safe as we're watching.
We watch and stare as the empty safe as an item slowly begins to depixelate and be uncensored. Very slowly. It's like the loading bar when internet isn't working. The page is loading.
This was originally
It's that one
locked behind
scene
a
from
paywall.
SAO Unbridged where that one chick is lagging the fuck out and causes the place to burn to the
Yes.
ground.
Okay, so on the shelf there is a set of 2 rings that are tied together, that are bound together by a chain.
Is that supposed to be worn by one person or 2?
Depends on what you're into.
If you look
Or
at
is it even-
the chain is not long enough to be worn by more than one person.
Is it even meant to go on a finger, though?
Can I do what would that be, an Arcana check?
You could
I
do an
would
Arcana
trust
check.
me with the Arcana checks.
I have +6.
I've got +7, buddy.
I
All
also
right.
have it.
You do a
I
plus.
got
And
+7,
you know I'm
buddy.
pretty intelligent.
I am not intelligente. I am very not intelligente.
I am
Arcana
wisdomful.
I am actually not
Damn.
wise at all.
All right, dirty
Oh,
20.
keep
God
it
damn.
going.
All right.
Okay.
Connor O'Leary, you have seen a ring like this before. Not exactly like this, but you can tell kind of what it is. So this is a ring of elemental command. And
Let me write that down.
Connor O'Leary has seen a ring of fire elemental command. So this is not a fire elemental command ring, but it is some sort of ring of elemental command.
Wait, there's 2 rings on it, though, yeah?
Yes, it is
What's the other one?
one ring of elemental command. That is how
Oh.
elemental command rings look. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta wear them on your finger like this, and I proceed to put it on. And is it spaced out in between 2 fingers, or is it just on 2 fingers connected?
Which
Doesn't matter.
element is it?
I
You don't
but we're
know.
about to find out. And I know it's not fire, right?
Correct.
Okay, it's probably safe then. You probably won't burn down the place. Try to do something.
You might flood it.
I'm gonna aim at the safe.
That's made of metal, probably.
Don't. We actually have the combination of the safe. It might be useful.
Never mind.
And maybe just open the front door and shoot it into the middle.
That's a good way to expose the secret base.
Oh, no, I didn't realize it was a secret.
Hold on. Where's the box that pissed at you?
Oh, I'm holding it. I kind of want to see.
Are you gonna piss on the
I want
box?
to. I think I want to investigate this later. Figure out how it works.
Okay, we're not gonna blast the box. All right.
Hey, DM, I have a
Can I
question.
just like set up a
Put you on
bottle that I
confessional.
find? Is there a bottle on the ground?
Can we?
Sorry,
you,
what?
Maybe we
pretend
could.
I just-
Maybe
Hey,
we could
hey,
roll
hey,
out.
hey! What did you ask, Nick?
I would. Oh,
I sent you something confessional.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I would like to. Can I roll to see if I find like a bottle or something, or is there just like a bottle or something I can find on the ground?
I wanna use my new thaumaturgy cantrip and pull out one of the suits from that we found earlier.
oh,
Can I do
that's
that?
a good idea.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hello.
I'll do that.
Looking for.
DM.
Yes.
Uh,
Hold on. Connor.
So I see the floating suit, right?
Yes.
I'm a blast. Or I'm gonna attempt to blast it with whatever is in my hands right now.
So we started blasting.
Do I have to roll to try to use a magical
Yeah, go ahead.
device?
Go ahead and roll a d20 plus. You have a magical ability, yes? Like, I think
Yeah.
it's Roll whatever that is.
Whatever your modifier is.
Correct. That.
For
Yeah.
my,
Whatever your
for
spell
the
modifier
spell?
is.
Oh, spell mod? Cool. Alright. Oh, it's the same as my Arcana. We'll just roll that. That works. That's not good. Alright.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
if I may, can I take a look at that box there?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Sure.
I take the box and I'm going to roll an investigation check on it.
Go ahead.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Wilhelm
Oh, I
von.
lied. I thought that was a +1. Investigation's a +4. That's a 23.
Perfect. Wilhelm von Nuremberg. You have seen boxes like this before. Your father has one in his office. Has two in his office, actually. Both of them
Ooh, high roller.
very similar to this. Is there anything you want to know specifically?
Is it trapped? Can I open it safely, or is it also going to continue to spray at me if I open it?
Unknown.
Fill the squirty box squirt.
You can't unless you open that. You wouldn't be able to tell from the outside.
Not even with the spicy 23 investigation.
No.
I'm gonna tilt the box away from me, and I'm going to open it.
It is now aimed directly at me.
away from general people.
It spritzes again. But the mist just kind of falls to the floor. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna look inside the box.
Inside the box, just as before, it's full of velvet, and inside is a singular item. It is the stamp for a wax seal.
Same as the box.
Yep.
All right, and I'm going to close this and say, I'm gonna keep this.
Oh. I wanted to keep it.
I think this is kind of my family's property. I flip it up and look at the seal in there, and I point at the sigil on it.
Oh, that's your sigil?
I'm also making the mental connections now of why a backer that was not in Tesla's name that is rich enough to purchase a house like that. Likely my father, as he sent me here to work for him. That makes a likely connection between the two as this being here. Which means good news. Actually, maybe bad news. This place might be known. If anyone who's trying to figure out where we are knows of my father's connection to this, they could look up records and see of if he was involved in purchasing this building. Then they'd be able to figure out where we are.
I mean, it depends on how long he's owned this, I suppose.
Oh, you know what? I actually have something in mind. I have a stamp set of my own in my Nobles kit thing.
Correct.
So I pull out my own one and look at it. So that too.
So what are you? Sorry, what are you trying to learn? What do you?
Oh, I was just thinking that from the connection of this being here, as well as knowing of my father's connection to Tesla,
Right.
it is likely to say that he was the one that purchased this building for Tesla.
Yeah, that seems likely.
If so, if anyone like the society that tried to murder us and then had the vampire spree start immediately after, I forget, the Illuminati people, if they know of my connection to them to Tesla, which they definitely do, they would think they could look up information about my family, like my father, and any building he's purchased in the region, and know this location.
The information on the owner of the building would be probably be found in the ledger, if you were to look for it.
Okay. So
As far
what I
as
was
you know, the ledger.
what
has
I
not
was
updated
getting
to.
at is that might be a connection link that people could that our enemies could figure out the location of this building.
Did Adrian
could be,
say that
yeah.
it was purchased recently, or that it was given to us
He didn't
recently? And that was like
really
the only
say. Right,
Anyway,
he
we
didn't-
can
he
like
didn't
an
continue.
old
say.
family heirloom, or not heirloom, but property.
Well, to
Unknown.
be safe, we
Again,
can
he didn't
stop
say.
using last names out in public for a while.
How many properties does your dad own? How likely is it that they'll check this place?
Don't entirely know if I'm being honest. A lot more in Germany than here.
Oh,
Is the answer more than 12?
Probably.
Yes.
Straight up, yes.
I feel like they got a
That
lot of places.
that is
to
a. The answer there is that Wilhelm, the character, would know the answer to be more than 12. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Then yes. All right, we can continue going on. That was a side tangent that I figured. I figured when I saw the half moon sigil on there.
I see.
Okay.
Wait, is the sigil on the ledger book?
Yes. It's on the front
Okay,
cover
so
of the
then-
ledger book.
Then this has been in your family for a long time, then probably, if they were running a business here.
That's
Um,
strange. I didn't think we had anything over here.
Yeah, that would be strange, wouldn't it?
Can we look at the dates in the ledger book?
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
The first dates in the ledger book go all the way back to the founding of New York City.
Okay, I think we're safe.
Yeah, we're probably safe then. They'd have to do some deep digging for that. Probably safe. Then again, they're kind of modeled after the Illuminati, so maybe not. But I'll take those odds.
Well,
All right,
I mean,
Are
if it's
are
that
there
old,
any
then it
recognizable
might
names
not
in
even
that
be.
ledger book?
What?
Are there any recognizable names in that ledger book?
Oh, good point.
Recognizable to who?
We'll flip to the last page and show it to Will.
I'm not looking at the ledger book right now. I was saying that to
Oh,
the
yeah.
person.
I'll take a peek at the later entries.
Wilhelm, you do notice one or two names that you connect with like distant relatives, but like no one you've ever like met before has been spoken of in your family specifically or significantly.
I think we're good.
Probably fine. Few distant relatives. Don't think any of them living.
Well, yeah, I think we're good then.
All right then. Anything? Did anyone else find anything of interest that we want to talk about? Because I think from this discovery, this building is likely secure. I don't think it had been discovered. Our only downside is we don't know what happened to Tesla, and we don't know how deep his information network has been compromised. That's the only hiccup about this. But seeing as this place isn't currently being swarmed or potentially bugged, I think we're okay.
Well, this looks like a good enough place as any to set shop.
Do we all know about the stake, or is that just whoever picked it up?
Wilhelm's the only one who knows about it.
I didn't do that.
I don't
Oh
think
yeah, I
that
should.
was shared
I forgot
before,
about that. I should. I take out the silver
Oh,
stake. This is the other thing I found, and I set it down. Show it.
I see. It's a silver stake.
If anyone wants to roll religion for it, you could.
Ooh, I could do that. 14.
Yeah. You're particularly aware of what this is. This is a tool used in, like, across regions and religions and different variations of the church and its religion. In a ritual to kill a werewolf.
After you'd say that, I flip it once and then I hand it to you. Figure it's probably worth the trade.
That's fair. I'm going to immediately hand it to Jonathan.
I'm going to be very happy, and I'm gonna I find somewhere to strap it to my chest somehow. I just leave it in like a fold
You
of clothing.
Absolutely have a bandolier just, hanging around in your pack. You can totally throw it on that.
Gotcha.
I figure if it suits anyone, it suits the religious muscle.
All right.
Mhm.
If we finished our exploration of this, did anyone find a room that was semi-comfortable?
I had the bed in mind.
All right, that room it is.
I don't know if there was more than one bed.
Yeah, it's a room that had somewhere someone could sit.
I thought we were talking about sleeping.
We could figure out sleeping in a second. We need a strategy meeting first.
That's fair.
There is a desk in one of the rooms.
I'm gonna grab the
The
chair.
room
Is there
you're
a
in
chair
right
there?
now. Yeah, there's one
Yeah,
chair.
I heard broken chairs. How many broken chairs are there?
There are, in this room, 4 broken chairs and 1 chair that is reasonable to sit in, but it's not in great shape.
Oh, perfect. I take all the chairs over there, and I say, "Someone take a hand," and help me with the broken chairs, and put them in a pile over here.
Yeah,
I grab 'em.
Okay.
As they're in each of their piles, I close my eyes, and then the chairs begin to reform as I cast mending on each of them.
Perfect.
I can help with that.
All of the chairs are mended. Whoever casts it doesn't matter. They get mended. They get fixed. You have 4 chairs and a desk.
That's all you
All right. Let's bring our chairs into that room there. Sit down, and let's talk strategy.
Okay. So while I'm gonna cut from let your characters discuss strategy to let's us the players discuss the things that have changed in your party. I'm just gonna full out just spread out how this is gonna work. Again, I know some people weren't here and yada yada. Sorry, let me write down what that ring actually does, because I should know what it does for later. Okay, so first of all, as a party, we should decide what your name is going to be.
All right. Let's start with that then. Just does anyone have any good ideas from what they looked up?
I threw a couple in general that
I was looking at those.
the
earlier.
AI popped out.
I don't know. They all feel like they start off good, then fall off a cliff when I was looking at them.
Yeah, they're really struggling, especially with the second half.
Yeah, it's like they always got good ones. Like good Vanguard Investigators. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Ghastly and Infernal Legion. Okay, doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Yorths of the supernatural.
Yeah, I don't know where Yorths came in. I feel like
I
that
think
one
that
was
is an
the
actual
closest.
word, but
I know,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I think that was.
Say what you want, but I love Wraith so much, dude.
Yeah, no, Wraith is really good up until like the last word.
Haunts.
Yeah, Watchers of Relics, Anomalies, and Infernal Terrors, and Haunts. How about instead of in Haunts of Hell?
oh, that works.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
good.
Okay,
I like that.
I
a lot.
kind of like
Triangle.
that. So,
Chalk it up.
all right, now are we going to be Wraith or are we going to be the Wraith Foundation?
Oh,
Earliest it would be Friday night.
Interesting. I kind of, not gonna lie, I kind of like the idea of the Foundation. Like, so Wraith is good, and that's good too. But not gonna lie, I was kind of just interested in the SCP thing, 'cause I thought that would be kind of amusing to have. I was having us as that. We could each have our own individual thing inside of it. I don't know what we could do though. I am good with Wraith if we want to do something that's a bit more ours.
We could do like something of Wraith, like Knights of Wraith or something. Guardians of Wraith.
Nah, it's already an abbreviation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should just be
Um,
Wraith
Yep.
or the
I see.
Wraith Foundation.
That-
I
That
guess.
is fair.
I'd
that
be
is
down
Or
with
the
the
Wraith
Wraith
Foundation. I'm kind of Team Wraith Foundation.
All right, I'm down
Hear
with
me
it.
out. Instead of Foundation, just do Core. So Wraith Core.
That feels too much like Nightcore in my brain.
Yeah.
You just ruined it for me too. All right, never mind.
Or like the like core and pixie core, like that whole thing.
Wraith Society? No, I like Foundation better.
Yeah,
Wraith group?
Wraith group sounds like AA.
It does.
I like. Okay, Wraith Foundation. Anyone else? Going once? Going twice?
I like it.
I'm kind of mixed feelings on it
All right.
because it feels derivative, but
I'm going to leave it currently as just Wraith.
Okay.
All right.
If you in game want to go as the Wraith Foundation, that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it as Wraith for now.
I just like that because I like the idea of, oh, what if we want to say, who are you guys with, but we don't want to just outright say.
The
we could just be like,
Foundation.
yeah, the Foundation.
It's
Yeah.
the same way the Illuminati goes by the organization.
Yeah, something like that.
So I think that makes a lot of sense in world to be like, oh, they're the organization, we're the foundation. Like, it's silly, but it's
That's fair.
fun.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I like it.
So I'm gonna let that stand. I think that's good. Moving on from that, let me just quick check some let me check some stuff real quick, and then if you guys want to talk about what you as a group are going to do in these 3 weeks of blood while these vampires are running amok, that might be a good idea.
Okay.
Hear me out. Oh, you go first. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was feeling like we should first try to establish what has happened so far and things like that. So, for example, our backer Tesla is now gone. So we've lost any more support we have except for this. We potentially might have some backing from my family. Other than that, the Illuminati is now our enemy, so that is a problem. And also, we definitely have pissed off whatever vampire cult because they are letting loose on the city.
oh, also I think a number of gods are trying to move against us.
Okay, we also have gods as our enemies.
Just a couple. The
And-
literal
and I
devil
would just
himself
like to
as
clarify.
well.
I'd like to
our
clarify.
resource-
I'd like to clarify. Technically, just one god is moving against
Okay.
you because
Oh,
of
One
okay.
god is moving against us. Anyway,
What I'm gonna say is,
It's still
I like
more
your
than
design.
zero.
and our resources are what's inside of our inventory: 900 gold that we got from Tesla and this abandoned building.
I could forge us some new identities and we could leave the city.
Good plan B.
got a place out
That's
in
a
the hills.
solid plan B.
I
I'm
mean, I gotta-
open to other suggestions, though. I just want to lay out. Am I missing anything? Anybody else got something in there? That's our current situation. We
I mean,
could
my family's got a super nice house out in Montana. Let me tell you. All right.
And
We also have
Germany
Tin
as an
Can.
option.
We have Tin Can.
Oh, we do have Tin Can.
He's abandoned inside a haunted house, but we could go back and get him.
Okay, we don't have Tin Can.
It's true.
We would just need some way to get him out of a hole in a dimension. God, that sounds weird when I say it.
Yes, it does.
We just need to traverse the dimension hole.
Yeah, you just say that like it's a
Oh,
regular.
okay, look. First we had
All
building
right.
boxes, and now we're on fucking dimensionals.
What are you saying? That isn't your Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right, I think
I
we
have
should.
an extra dimensional hole that I need to traverse into. To
All right,
get Tin Can,
so-
right?
I think we need to do. First, we need to establish this base as something a little better. Probably, depending on how much time left of the day, we'll clean this place up. People with mending can go around and fix all the stuff, clear out the dust, make this as an actual functioning building. Secondly, we should probably compartmentalize. There's vampires out and all there. I think we're standard operating procedure. We should probably try to capture one of them, get some information out of them. Other than that, we probably would leave names. Jonathan should probably go out and about and see if he could do something about the vampires with his cross of burn everything.
Oh, I could call the numbers down just a wee bit.
His cross of fuck everything in that general direction. Yes.
We also definitely need information and we need contacts. We need to be able to. We don't know nearly enough. So
I mean,
information
I could reach out
gathering.
to some of my contacts in the city and see what I could come up with.
Hmm.
I think we're about as close to rock bottom for most of the things that we should be not there for
We also,
as we can be.
if we're gonna be fighting vampires, we're gonna need a lot of supplies. If you, I don't know if you have any contacts left with the church, but we need as many stakes, holy water as we can get. We're also gonna be able to need people to do that such staking. This is like a large citywide event. It seems like. Do we know how much the fog does the fog contain the entire city? We don't even know that. What about the non-magical people? They seem to be not noticing this, right?
I think they've mostly just stayed indoors, right? Or if they don't, they get abducted and brought to that horrifying place.
And turned into vampire spawn. So either way, maybe we could capture a vampire spawn and find the vampire that's turning the people.
Well, I
That
think
sounds
don't we
like
know
a
where it is?
terrible idea.
Well,
So
we know where
aren't they
we
linked?
didn't we slay a vampire in there?
Yes. I don't think it was the only one though.
Yeah, I feel like there are more.
I think just based on the fact that the fog is still there.
All right, let's start this out with trying to get in action. First off, I think most straightforward, Jonathan. I think you're your attack force. You're probably going to be going out there using your cross of Able to take out vampires. I'd like your first job of that is I would like one of them alive and brought back to us.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
not brought
scoff
back
at
to us.
want
Brought-
alive.
Brought back to a
They
separate
won't leave
location.
alive. Yeah, not yet. Well, it doesn't matter if they brought it back here. They're not leaving here alive.
What aren't I think maybe are they linked? Are vampire spawns linked to the vampire?
Not mentally.
Okay. So they don't have a general sense of
At
location.
least to my best of my understanding. Look at Jonathan.
Can I do a religion check?
Yes. For what?
I want to see if I remember any knowledge from the church on whether vampires are linked with their spawn or not.
Yeah.
I rolled a dirty 20.
So wow. Okay. So like you have books and books and books and books on this research because it's you can't fucking understand this shit takes fucking time to research. There's a couple different theories that the church has, but there's no solid answer. There's definitely a connection of some sort, obviously, because the spawn seem to serve their master basically at command. As far as how far that extends, right, some theories say, oh yeah, well they can sense where their spawn are and when they die, and there's others that are like, no, that's pretty much the end of it. They get command over their spawn, and that's it. It's very unclear because of that, so you don't know.
All right, then better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one thing, but then we got to figure out what the rest of us would be up for.
I should probably go with Jonathan.
Alright.
I can go to the church. I think I have advantage against being charmed, so I can traverse the fog and try and find my way there.
All right,
Does-
I can try to make contact with my father and see what if his information network has survived whatever purge happened.
While we're out there, if Jonathan and I come across somebody I might know, we could probably press them for info on
Remember,
what's kind of going on.
First step of this is information gathering. I think a list of questions we need to figure out. Let's just think of it off the top of bed: vampire locations, numbers, Illuminati location and numbers, either or depending on who we get. What the general plan is, why they encase the city in fog, why they're doing what they're doing. How long have they been planning of this? How many of them are there? Things like that. Anything we could get.
What is the duration of the fog? Like how
Yep,
how
what's the
quickly
timeline?
can they do whatever they're trying to do?
Anyone else think of any other questions?
I mean, I think we should ask for the public's take on what's going on.
That's true. If we go out there, we could figure out what their cover story is or how they're making the mortals not notice this.
I think. That's
All right.
it.
I'm
Thus
ready to go
concludes
fishing.
the first meeting of Wraith. Everyone clap.
I'm clapping, but you can't hear it.
Felt like a AA meeting, bro.
I
Alright,
feel like
break,
preparing that
DM.
really fast. Okay, cool. So you guys have this meeting. You go about kind of trying to clean this space up. Sometime towards like when it starts to be like dinner time, so very early evening or late evening, whatever, mid evening. You get a knock on the front door.
Is
Everyb-
there like a peephole?
No,
your weapons
this is
ready.
this is a very solid door to keep like looters out of this house or out of this space.
Is there a window I can peek through that?
There
I
are a
can
number
see
of windows
through
you
the
could
front
peek
door.
through. Yes,
All right, I'm gonna peek through the window to look towards the front
perception.
door. Yay! Here goes another bad roll, most likely. Yep, two. Not two. Sorry. 9.
You can see the vague figure of a person at the front door through the fog.
I just kind of shrug.
I look over at you and do motion thumbs up or thumbs down.
Again, just kind of.
Oh, I shrug and think fuck it, and
Yeah, I'm gonna get
they hear
ready
me
to cast
say,
spells.
what's the password? Or just password.
You just hear another knock.
That's
Password.
not promising.
So I'm gonna pull out. Hold on. We have to.
I'm
leave the
so ready for him to just say just a random password.
He's gonna be like Wraith, and we're gonna be like, "How did you know?" I have to look at the material components for this. Cool. I ready a tiny little ball that looks like dirt.
Oh boy. Okay. The sometime you say password, the voice from the other side says, "I didn't know there was a password to an abandoned building."
I'm gonna open it and go. Well,
Damn it! I was gonna say that's the password. Come on in.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I was gonna say, well, we didn't have one yet, so that's the new one.
I open the door.
On the
Yep,
other side of the
I'll let
door
you do it.
is I don't have art for this character actually, which is really a shame. But is a middle-aged woman who has silver hair and blue eyes, and she has an apron on, but is wearing like a very fine dress.
I'm gonna turn to Jonathan while I'm holding this little ball of dirt, and I'm gonna be like, "Should I blast her?"
Not yet.
Can I do an insight check to see if she has any ill intentions immediately?
Yes, you can do an insight check.
All right, I got a 20 plus 5. 25.
That's a nat 20. My guy. This is a woman, and she's a very stern woman, but she is in no way here to do harm.
Okay, I'm gonna lower my weapons.
You had your weapons out? I didn't
yeah.
even have my weapons out.
I'm gonna put
yeah.
the ball of dirt back into my pocket.
What do you do?
What? What's
who
your
are
name,
you?
miss?
I'm Evie Monroe. I run the speakeasy downstairs.
There's
Ah.
a downstairs.
Yeah, it's on the side, the entrance on the side of the building. Did you not? You guys don't look around the whole building before you come in.
We saw. What brings you here?
Well, I'm just here to talk about rent. The last landlord at the set rate, and I'm hoping this doesn't change at all. Want to make sure we're all above board, and you don't have any problem with me running like a speakeasy downstairs.
Yes. We don't have a problem with that.
I'm going to be a little
What
bit
are your
a little
hours
bit
actually?
miffed, a little bit irritated.
Well, we're open from sundown to sunup. Anytime there's moonlight, that's when we're open.
Jonathan, you are a man of the cloth.
Aye, and I'm also an Irishman. Jesus turned water into wine. Don't forget that.
That is blood.
That is the greatest.
Good fucking point, Jesus. Yeah, and she's just like,
Damn Irishman.
which of you is the new landlord?
I'm gonna point to Will.
That would be me.
I believe I was told you are a member of the family. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
I was instructed to give you this, and she hands you a letter, an envelope at least. Appears to be a
I
letter.
take it and I open it.
It is a letter from your father. This letter opens. Will, the time has come. Tesla has fallen, but not all hope is lost. A plan has been in place. I know I have held you at arm's length, but there has been a plan. I don't know if you remember. I don't know how much you looked into the shady things I've done, but I assume at some point in your life you've read many newspapers, or it's likely you've heard of something called the Crescent Syndicate. Well, it should truly come as no surprise, considering our likeness to their sigils, that we have been running the Crescent Syndicate as a family since well before my time. The Crescent Syndicate is perhaps the most prolific crime family in the world. I pass now what is the North American branch of it to you. I know you did not always understand the plan, but trust that there has always been a plan, and you have always had a place at our family's table. Love, Aaron.
Did he read this letter out loud?
No.
No.
I just don't have that letter written down anywhere, so...
I'm going to put
Sorry.
that letter back in its envelope, put that into my shirt, and say, thank you. Before, did you have anything else? You were mentioning your rent.
Yes, and she hands you a bag of gold. It's 1,000 pieces of gold.
And this is for how often?
This is every quarter.
That'd be like really late.
That means a quarter of a year you're
Y-
going
yes,
by, I'm assuming?
yes, correct.
Can I do?
This will do for now. I'll have to take a bit of time to get acquainted with the state of affairs, but assuming this is no problem, you could take it as for now the same rate will apply.
Very good. And she, like, at this point, she's looking at you, but she's very much side-eyeing your companions, as if she's not sure if she can trust them.
Knew I should have blasted her.
I say, thank you. Is there anything else, or is that it?
And she says, I think we should meet at another time. There's perhaps much we should discuss about your family's operation here in the city.
Thank you. I'll make some time for that a little later.
I'm gonna ask. who were the previous landlords that you were paying money to?
I glance over there and I shake my head at him.
She just kind of
I'll
looks
stop.
at you and looks between you and Will and doesn't answer your question. And she's like, if that's will be all, I'll head off and let me know
I'll
when you
find
can
you
meet
later.
with me.
Thank you.
She leaves.
I look over, wait for her to go and come back, and I look over. I flop the letter down on the table. So I'm part of a crime family.
I'm gonna slam the table and a crime family.
Yeah.
You're a criminal.
I mean, I no more than I've committed in your committed things. I found out about this in this very letter right here.
Okay. At this point, DM's gonna step in. Your party has some new powers at play. There's some new things you can do. Now I've got to introduce some new mechanics. So your party has organized itself, sort of. So you going forward, and this is kind of how this happens in game, is kind of at the discretion of Will because he's the person who runs the Underworld Syndicate. But your party is organized as an Underworld Syndicate. Your organization is an Underworld Syndicate acting from the shadows, running agents who might be thugs, spies, killers, or cut purses. The resources you control put you in a perfect position to undertake clandestine activities, morally ambiguous deals, and jobs not for the faint of heart. You go in, you get the job done, and you get out again, all without anyone knowing. Or, if you're especially good at what you do, you'll leave everyone thinking someone else was responsible. So there's a number of things mechanically that we can get into. I'm not going to right now, but the important part is that you should know is that Underworld, you are now all the officers of an Underworld Syndicate. Mechanically, at least, again, as far as roleplay wise, it's kind of up to Will because he's the godfather of the mob boss.
Apparently, if memory serves, did the letter say I'm in charge of North America's crime syndicate?
It does in fact say that. Yes.
Neat.
Seems to go against church teachings.
Yeah. Are they cool with this?
That's
Life happens, all right.
that's a
Don't-
question we'll
have
get to in a second.
Very mixed feelings.
For right now, Underworld Syndicate officers gain access to the following titles, each of which grants a character the noted additional features. So I'll go through the titles, we can discuss who should get what, and I can also go through the features. So, Enforcement is one of the titles, along with Narcotics, Negotiations, Operations, and Records. I can go through what those entail, or we can discuss who should fill what role.
I think
Could you,
enforcement
could
is
you-
fairly obvious.
Could you throw each of those out in general so I could look at them?
Yeah. Yes. I'll throw the titles out. I can throw the role specific stuff out, but I think I'll just throw the titles out for now.
Yeah, just the titles because I want to. A list being spoken out loud and in front of me are different.
Agreed.
Yep. I wonder who that first one's gonna be.
I wonder.
I'm wondering who
on.
the second one is going to be.
You're gonna give it to me, and it's going to be running around.
Okay, so can I only give one title per person?
Correct.
So there's 5 titles, and there's 4 of us, though.
Correct.
Cool. So we probably are going to leave on narcotics unless. Does anyone want to be charged of the Mexican drug cartel? Because I'm apparently in a position to give that title out.
We could give that to the lady downstairs. I don't know.
That would seem to fit, actually.
To be honest.
The
Yeah,
first person we met.
I suppose. Hey, you want to be in charge of a Mexican drug cartel, kid?
That would be
okay.
a very big.
So,
promotion.
enforcement is definitely going to go to Jonathan. Are we all
Yep.
good with that? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think I could probably take either records or negotiations.
Should I go through what all those mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Enforcement's pretty self-explanatory, but you can hit us up with the others.
Okay, so just mechanically, it offers you some bonuses. So, enforcement. So, Jonathan, this is you. You gain proficiency with light, medium, and heavy armor. Additionally, Any enemy within 5 feet of you has disadvantage on melee attacks against any of your allies within 5 feet of you. And I will send all this out eventually at some
Okay,
point.
that's
Okay,
a-
good, because
that's a
I was
sensible
paying
feat.
attention to the first part, looked to see what I already had, and
Hear
then
me out. Blade Singer with heavy armor proficiency. What do we think?
Okay, that is no. But can you still cast magic if you have proficiency in it?
Yes.
Okay, that is noted. I will have to note that because that might be better than a paladin. Because paladin already has that.
I was about to say I already have heavy armor.
Yeah. Plus, you can just take Sentinel.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
Well, let's
Gale
hear the
does
rest. But let's duly note it. Let's
I'm
read
not
through
wearing
this.
heavy armor, but I have all armor.
Okay. Narcotics. You have advantage on saving throws against poison. Additionally, when a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see is reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, you can use your reaction to give that creature a stimulant. The creature regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus, and gains a number of temporary hit points equal to 10 plus your character level.
I hate to say that fits me, but it kind of does.
Do you want to be my drug cartel? Okay.
Negotiations. You gain proficiency in the persuasion skill. You can make a charisma check with advantage, and can do so again after you finish a long rest. That's strangely worded. Additionally, you can cast the Disguise Self and Suggestion spells, requiring no material components. Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells. You can cast each spell once in this way, and regain the ability to do so when you finish a long rest.
Do you have these written down?
Yes, I'm trying to get to that
Could-
right now so I can send it to you.
Could-
Please hold.
Okay.
I'm going to keep reading as I look for it, yes, but chill out. Operations. As an action, choose one ally and one enemy, each of which is within 30 feet of you, and that you can see. The ally can use a reaction to move their speed and make a weapon attack against the enemy. If the attack hits, the enemy is knocked prone. Records. You can proficiency in the Arcana skill. Additionally, if you are unable to cast spells of first level or higher, either because you have no spellcasting ability or you have expended all your spell slots, or you have used all your innate spells, you can cast the following spells using the intelligence of your spellcasting ability: at will, detect magic, mage hand, minor illusion, 3 per day each, comprehend languages, disguise self, and fairy fire, 1 per day each, invisibility, and locate object. I will send those to the general in just a moment as soon as I'm able to copy them and paste them into the fucking thing.
Ooh, but records is also kind of sick.
Okay.
You seeing them?
I said originally records would fit me, and now that I've heard the stat bonuses,
Isn't that an
disagree
operation?
with my
What's
previous
records?
statement. That was the spell bonuses and the arcana.
I thought that was
proficiency.
operations.
No. Operations was the I forget what the bonus was, but it was something everyone you can see reflexes or something.
Okay.
Hey, look at that.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, you get invisibility for free?
Okay.
Hold on.
That maybe didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Can you read what all those are? I literally just
Kind of.
copy pasted. So if it doesn't make sense, I tried.
Also, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm walking around. I'm making a grilled cheese right now.
You're good.
Talking about that ad,
If I had the
Okay.
the wireless headset, I'd probably be making food also.
Dude,
They
that sounds-
are
you know, those
in there. They're weirdly broken up, but yeah,
they are
they're readable.
about 1
So.
month out from now.
Where do they stop and start? Oh, I see narcotics. Okay, okay. They have the okay. I see.
Yeah. Like I said, weirdly broken up, but yeah, they're there.
Okay. So Jonathan might actually be better taking operations, maybe.
They went to the airport.
Looking at operations, give me a sec. Maybe not. There it is.
If I
Are
already
these the
have
rolls right now, too?
proficiency in the persuasion skill, what would proficiency in the persuasion skill do? Would that do nothing?
I wonder. I feel like
I would let
that
it
should give him
be
expertise.
expertise. Yeah,
Does that apply with Arcana as well?
yeah. Any of the skills that
Okay.
you, I would let it stack to expertise. If you already have that.
All right. After seeing this, I think enforcement should go to a blade singer because I think the heavy armor would be very fun.
Plus, it gives me the Sentinel feat, which I can combo, or not combo, but would allow me to cast spells with Warcaster. So I
Also,
can
the
cast
disadvantage against melee attacks on you as a blade dancer with less health would be amazing.
That is true.
So I think unless anyone has an objection, I'm gonna grant enforcement to it's Connor O'Leary. No, it's Connor O'Leary the blade dancer.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
Connor. Yeah.
Do you not
No
know who
objection.
I am?
Remember, to be fair, it's been a while, and names are a little with the.
It has
role
been a while.
plays.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay. Next, we gotta figure out. Jonathan, what did you think of operations?
Maybe. It would be nice to have a proned enemy to attack.
Yeah, and I was thinking that because I think you and Connor are going to be our strike team because that combination could make you two a very deadly thing with the two of you there, as well as so essentially, I think that would relegate. I think,
But that would also take my action to make him attack.
okay,
That's
that is
true. But when I attack, I think that might also count spell attacks.
That also
Maybe.
true. You're a big hitter, so this might be better for someone else. Hmm.
That's a good ability to be used on me, I think.
What
So I can get the
What
damage
other thing
out.
would be better for you then?
I have no idea.
You're a paladin, right?
Yep.
I mean, you could take the one or narcotics, or unless that one's already reserved.
No.
I mean, I was thinking that would be the
I-
easiest role play to gift to our friendly patron who's running the speakeasy downstairs.
Yeah.
That's true, but it would be nice to have like that pickup ability, especially on a paladin.
True, but I have spare the dying and a number of other things. That
You
I
also
can use.
don't have
I
to
have spare the
worry.
dying as a cantrip.
You don't have to give Evie a roll. Like
I think
it's not
that would be a
necessary.
good. I personally think that's a good idea, though. It will have to hinge on the conversation I have with her later.
Right. Again,
I'm
like
gonna
what I'm
say
saying.
knock out the other ones first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There are more obvious choices
I-
to make.
personally think that records would be a good fit for me. I do have a few problems, so that I can already at will mage handed minor illusion, so I don't know if that's a big hit. But the at will detect magic would be amazing. The comprehend language, I think I'm kind of the magic one with actually. Maybe this isn't the best for me because I can use a lot of these spells already. It'd mostly be for the Arcana benefit.
That's
Is anyone
kinda
else super interested in records?
I am, but
Okay.
only because it seems like maybe it would give me the ability to use low-level magic.
Okay, I think I think I'm doubting because I was thinking I wanted the Arcana bonus, but a lot of these spells I could already do or can do with meditating. Because the big perk of Psionic Souls, if I meditate for 10 minutes, I can grab most mental things from the spell list to switch to be on my spell list for a certain amount of hours. So like if I want to, I can comprehend language.
Okay, would those be used as cantrips? Any of those?
The detect magic would be the mage handed minor illusion I already have.
Hmm.
The other thing is I was looking at is because I believe these spells use intelligence as their modifier, and I'm a high intelligence build.
I have 16 intelligence.
That's good
Which
enough
is-
to be used. I have an 18, but I mean, like I said, I would be doubling up on a lot of spells there. Is there
Yeah.
anything that would be better for me?
I kind of like negotiations because I already have really high
What's
charisma. My charisma is 18.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I suppose, huh?
Uh, you can make a charisma check with advantage. You can do so for long rest. Do you have proficiency in persuasion already?
I have proficiency in persuasion and deception.
Okay, so that would get you that. So also we got to think not even just the mechanical, is the role play in the group. What do you see yourself doing in the group?
Not narcotics.
Fair enough.
As much as I like the look of the skill that would grant me, I think that that would be a very hard no from Camillus.
Mhm. So
It's the 1920s.
Hear me out.
For
Instead of
persuasion,
selling drugs, your character would sell the church.
You get a stimulant of the Bible and holy water.
Exactly.
for the negotiations one, it says you can cast disguise self and suggestion spells with no material components. Does that still take spell slots? Oh no, it says you can cast each spell once this way, but we're getting okay, so it's once. Okay.
Yep. I mean, but that's still pretty good though.
I think I personally see myself as either the negotiator or the record keeper.
Oh wait, actually, do I have +2 charisma from being a Dampier?
So that puts your charisma to what?
20.
Wait, so you already didn't include that? Okay, so 20. Then do you want to
20
use...
charisma. Fuck.
Yeah, I have 20 charisma and 21 wisdom.
Should we put you as the negotiator then?
Yeah, I could take that.
Okay, then I'll take the record keeper. Half these spells aren't really useful for me, but the ones that are decently useful. Like being able to detect magic as will is something that's very good for me. The invisibility for that will is a nice get out of jail free card for a squishy.
Alrighty, so what two are left?
I think we passed out to everyone, didn't we?
It was operations and
So who has what?
Narcotics.
Let's ask that question.
We haven't got anything for Jonathan yet, have we?
Yeah, I wanted to wait until everybody else. I wanted to see what the final two were going to be.
We're down to Operation Narcotics.
I'm not a big fan of operations just because that takes up my entire action.
Okay. What? Let me read the.
Well, I would
benefits.
still have a bonus action to go with.
Because what class are you?
Paladin.
He's paladin.
I mean, if you do that, then you could still bonus action enchant your melee weapon.
Yep. Well, that and I dual wield.
Narcotics give you a lot better mechanically things, and I mean, I suppose. Okay, how about we flavor it like this? Your narcotics are alcohol. You're Irish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it is
100%.
prohibition.
I was
era.
gonna
I was
say
about
that.
to say it's
So
prohibition time right now. In fact, I'm pretty sure cocaine was in Coca-Cola not too long ago.
Okay, so
Or currently, I don't
that's
know how
fair.
the time works.
everyone has their titles then, yes?
Can we change narcotics to whiskey runner?
I will be a whiskey runner.
I feel like that.
I'll flavor it as narcotics, or I'll flavor it as that, but it's narcotics. Gotcha. I could use that.
it's rum running is the
Rum running. Hell yeah.
Okay, so can we go over who is what, please?
Mhm.
So start with who is enforcement.
I
Is anyone enforcement?
I am.
Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And who
You
is?
got me as soon as I bit into my grilled cheese, bro.
And
I
Johnny
can.
is the run runner. Yes, that's Jonathan. And negotiations.
That's me.
It's Camillus. And then
I'm records.
records, which makes sense because then Evie is operations, and that also
Put
makes
the
perfect
Irishman in
sense.
charge of the alcohol.
As God intended.
Okay,
What do you mean a few barrels went missing? I don't know what you're talking about.
You're skimming off the top again, aren't you?
Shh.
You just see
Um,
Evie with a club over in the side.
okay. So that being said, there's a few things I want to get finished up first. So you've got the stronghold, essentially, right? This I'm just gonna go into. This is housekeeping stuff. Obviously, you have the establishment downstairs, which is the
Speakeasy.
speakeasy. Thank you. That'll make you 1,000 gold every quote unquote season or every 3 months. It also does other things, but I don't brain don't work that way right now. So that being said, right? So the stronghold downstairs in an establishment, there's an opportunity up here to establish a stronghold in this empty shell of a place. So let me just go through some of the options you could have to turn what you could turn this place into upstairs. So you could turn this into. Oh wow, that was fucking loud. Jesus fucking thanks, Windows. Fuck you. You could turn this into a theater, a church, a fortress, a fighter's fortress, so like a gym or something, a monk's monastery, a paladin's chapel, a ranger's lodge, I guess, if you wanted to. Oh, sorry. Let's go through who is. So there's a cleric, right? We have a cleric, yes. Cleric's church, paladin's chapel, sorcerer's sanctum, or wizard's library. Those are the options based on your class. And
I'm
obviously,
gonna take my library.
Did you say a fighter's fortress or was there a plain fortress?
so it would be a fighter's fortress, but because the stronghold would be tied to someone's class, that's kind of yeah. So you have cleric's church, paladin's chapel, sorcerer's sanctum, or the wizard's library.
I think the most obvious choice is probably to tie it to Will's.
I think that would be good too. I think that if we wanted to try to, is it possible to set up more of these in the future for others?
Yes, and I would say there's probably you could probably build more floors on top of this one. So
Well, even then, this might be the central hub for like the clandestine activities because we already have a front business. But if we wanted to have a paladin's church, I might buy out a church with some syndicate money.
yeah,
And
you could.
have
What are we
set up
gonna
there.
make that front business?
The speakeasy.
No, that
I was about
that's
to
what
say no.
we're discussing right now. What the front
Oh.
is like? What is the front of this building that is also on top of a speakeasy?
Church on top of Speakeasy probably wouldn't look too great.
Yeah, but no one would suspect it, right?
They might, but
Might not draw in the right clients though.
Hear me out. We sell mattresses.
how about
Everybody knows that.
how about a private investigator? Private investigator.
That'd probably be like the Rangers thing.
Well, no, I mean we could. This is just a front business. We put that on the side. It doesn't have to be what's actually inside.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
We
There's
could do
a
that.
lot of
'cause we
layers
might-
here.
We could have like a waiting room that seems like private investigator. We'll have someone come out. If it's a decent case, we might be able to send something out. If anything, having a bunch of people, this would be a good way to gather information. If it's like,
That is
oh, someone went
true.
missing, we're like, oh, then we have information on that, and they brought to us first. Oh, something the cops aren't going to deal with. That sounds like our kind of business.
Private investigation's legal. We could do that.
That is true.
And besides, if they bring a PI of anything that are our syndicate's crimes, we'll be like, ah, yes, we'll look into that. Don't worry. Then we'll plug the leak.
Yeah. We'll look into that, find exactly what we were looking towards, fix it, and then be like, sorry, we didn't find anything.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's great. That sounds like a front business for sure. Let's figure out what that means for the
Sorcerer's
stronghold.
Sanctum.
Yep. Okay, that's what we're going with. Because
Everyone good with that?
these will give you benefits. So if you wanted to look at other ones, you could, right?
Okay. Can I see the benefits of a Sorcerer's Sanctum?
That's what I'm going to. I will send it to you now. I could read it too. The main thing is that these domain effects, which I'll just send it to you. I'm not gonna read it because I'm just gonna send it to you. It'll be easier.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm looking for. Oh, it should be that far off.
Be right back.
Here it is. Okay, Control C, Control V.
Okay.
Really, this just grants a bunch of shit to you, Will, mainly.
Okay.
So you would essentially. Let me look. There's a cost to doing this. Obviously, you can't just have it. I'm afraid. So let me do a check. It doesn't matter. Okay. So if you wanted to construct the Sorcerer's Sanctorum, the Sorcerer's Sanctum, that would cost you 4,000 gold.
Okay. Also, a lot of these effects seem very antithetical to being hiding in plain sight.
Correct.
So maybe not this. As much
Okay.
as I would like to have a place where I could sit in there and be God inside of, this is not the best for hiding in plain sight.
Been to New York.
What would you like to look at next then?
Anyone else want to pick their class?
I mean, priest might be good for hiding in plain sight. Or cleric. Seems pretty low key.
Libraries also kind of, though.
That's true.
What was the library for? Was that magician?
That's wizard. So the wizard's library is a bastion of knowledge and research best hidden from the mundane world. It creates one or more of the following effects at the GM's discretion. The library at the wizard's stronghold has a copy of every non-magical book anyone brings into the wizard's domain. By concentrating for 10 minutes, the wizard can scry on any person or location in their domain as per the scrying spell. The wizard can do this while anywhere, including another plane. Once per day, the wizard can control the weather in their domain. The wizard doesn't have to be in the domain to do this. The effect is otherwise the same as the control weather spell.
How far does the domain reach?
Probably like the block
Okay.
I would say for New York City. There's also some stuff that would grant to Johnny. Mainly, it would give you class feature improvement. That would be Spellmaster. You can maintain 2 spells with concentration at once. You can do this a number of times equal to your stronghold level, after which you must take an extended rest to refresh this ability.
That's good. I
That's
wish I could do that.
Yeah, so that would be really good. And a library, I think, would still also cost the 4,000 gold, but
Do we have anything that's cheaper than that?
so you could build a tavern. That would be an establishment.
Is there anything that is not class specific?
Let me double check. I've been confused by this in the past, so let me just look for you. That'd be 35. Let me double check. Double check. Entertain the stream, you guys.
Because we could like build up and add more levels.
Correct.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, floor 1 should definitely be like the most inconspicuous thing it can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think probably the most, because I think probably more important than being an inconspicuous like store would be what gives us better options as far as
Maybe
abilities to
income.
hide ourselves. Income is also important. Yeah.
Because I don't know how much gold you guys are rocking with, but our party treasury can't afford those 4,000 things.
I gave all of my money to the church. I have 26 gold.
I have 15.
So I did the very smart choice of shuffling as much gold as I could when we were in the middle of that vampire nest, so I have an extra 250 to work with.
Hold on. I'm sitting on 335.
Okay. So we have about combined 2,600. I also have 42
Okay, so
coins
this
of the dead.
I'm gonna say you could just make it into like a PI. I think that makes sense. That would be an establishment, and that would be just 3,000 gold to build.
Still can't afford that.
But you're forgetting about something. We're a crime syndicate.
I suppose
Let's just
that's
go
true.
fucking make money.
We could go do a job, make some money before we build anything.
This is true. I did mention in my spiel that there would be an opportunity in this session, technically, although it seems like this is taking a long time, so maybe not. There would be a session in the next like actual encounter that I have planned to gain money that
That's
would
good.
pay for that.
Because party wise, we have about 2,600, which isn't
Yep.
really enough for just these.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity to gain the money.
Cool.
Coming up. That's if we get through all the individual stuff which needs to happen, and it still needs to happen. So
Let's decide not to build anything yet then.
Yep.
okay. Okay, so we'll table that for now until we get that dealt with. I believe we are now complete with all. Will, we should go meet with. You should go meet with Evie, probably to have that,
All
so you
right.
can get that out of the way, and then you can be done since it's already 11:30. And then if everyone else is good, we can do your individual stuff after that. That should just be
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Connor and
Sounds good.
Camillus. So you guys have cleared out it enough to look presentable to do things with and sleep and all that stuff. So that leaves us with Wilhelm. You have to go meet with Evie. What do you do?
Once there's a free moment, I'm gonna walk down to the speakeasy and go inside and see if she's there.
She is.
If
She's
that
behind.
free moment. Oh, never mind.
She is behind the bar, serving a customer at the moment, but it's quite busy. When you walk in, here. I have. Please hold. This was in the notes somewhere. And now I have to find the notes. Please hold. It's not a good sound. Okay. So you walk over to the side entrance of the building. There's a small little plaque on the side of the next to the door that says the Moonlight Lounge. And it's nestled within a discreet corner of the city, hidden from prying eyes by an unassuming facade. As you step through the entrance, the air becomes thick with an air of anticipation, and the muted sounds of jazz music gradually crescendo. The interior is bathed in warm, dim lighting, casting long shadows across the vintage furnishings and lush decor. The main area is spacious, adorned with burgundy velvet curtains. I think I have art of this. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Well, there's sort of semi kind of where, like, that's what it looks like outside. There's an entrance hidden in there. And then this is the Moonlight Lounge. So I'm going to pick up where I was left off. The main area is spacious, adorned with burgundy velvet curtains that hang from the ceiling, framing the stage where a live jazz band plays soulful melodies. The stage is set against a backdrop of intricately painted mural depicting a moonlight cityscape, capturing the essence of a bygone era. Soft ambient light emanates from the Art Deco style fixtures, casting a gentle glow that adds to the enchanting atmosphere. The seating arrangement consists of intimate booths lined with plush, deep red velvet upholstery and small round tables draped in crisp white tablecloths. Each table is adorned with a single flickering candle and an ornate silver holder, casting dancing shadows across the room. Patrons are comfortably seated, engaged in lively conversations, laughter, and clinking glasses. The bar area is an elegant centerpiece, displaying an array of gleaming bottles reflecting the soft glow of the room. Skilled bartenders in crisp white shirts and suspenders expertly mixed cocktails, their movements a choreography of fluidity and precision. The bar itself is made of dark mahogany, polished to a shine and adorned with intricate carvings. The air is filled with the captivating aroma of handcrafted libations and delectable cuisine emanated from a hidden kitchen. Servers in crisp black attire gracefully weave through the crowd, delivering trays of finely crafted hors d'oeuvres and enticing dishes to eager guests. The Moonlight Lounge exudes an aura of secrecy and exclusivity, inviting patrons to step into a different world where time slows down and worries fade away. It's a sanctuary of illicit indulgence, where the clinking of glasses, the smooth jazz melodies, and the hushed murmurs of conversations blend together, creating an intoxicating symphony that lingers in the hearts and memories of those fortunate enough to experience its lure. That's what you walk into when you walk into the speakeasy. And Evie is behind the bar.
I'm gonna go up to one of the bars and take a seat.
One of the crisp white shirt bartenders immediately asks if you want anything.
Mead if you have it.
He spins around and pours you a fine glass of mead and hands it back to you.
I take a sip and just wait, glancing over every now and then.
So the sip you take takes you back to your childhood, to the fields outside of your family manor, and to the summer nights in which your father seemed like a normal dad and not like a general trying to run a family. And it fills you with like warmth and security.
Okay.
And eventually, as you sit there drinking your mead, Evie notices you and approaches and asks, "Are you ready to have a meeting?"
I said yes whenever you're ready. I take another sip of my drink. It's a lovely establishment you have.
It's the finest speakeasy in the city. Please come back. I have an office in the back.
All right. I finish my drink and stand and go.
And she takes you behind the bar into like a little office, really cramped. It's like this is the only place an office could fit, and it needed to fit here, so here it is. So she takes you in her cramped office, sits down behind your desk, and looks at you. What do you ask? What do you do? There's a chair on the other side of her desk.
Yeah, I take a seat. And I say, Why don't we start with just a general appraisal of the situation? I assume that you have been briefed by my father.
Yes, Aaron contacted me through certain channels and established that I knew a new boss was supposed to take control of the operations here. We've been absent of a boss for some time, and kind of just operating off of what we've always done. So, yes, that's all I've got. On that note, I don't know how much you know about our organization, the Crescent Syndicate. That's what it's called. It's how it operates. It's I don't know if you found the items left upstairs that you may have noticed have symbols that look awfully like your house crest, but are just not quite exactly the same. That would be the symbols. That would be the symbol of the Crescent Syndicate, and yes, that's yes.
I could use a briefing on the state of affairs here.
Yes. Okay. Well, in the city we have a wonderful spy network established. Lots of rum running, lots of money being made and exchanged. It all runs out
what-
of here. I keep a pretty good handle on the city. As far as our revenue.
So the profits per quarter for the entire syndicate are 1,000 gold per month right now. Or is that
1,000
just-
gold for quarter. Yes, we do
Okay.
reinvest a lot of what we make, so that's kind of what
Understandable.
was established.
So we have essentially rum running and spies essentially.
Running spies. We've got a bit of. There's some muscle if you required it, but I've kind of we've shied away from any of that since we've been without a present boss. So that has kind of gone to the wayside. Mostly just rum running and illicit activities.
Later, if possible, I would like you to have a list of some of our assets that I could take and bring up to our office so I could peruse some of the specifics. But that can wait.
Of course. I'm gonna have that required in shortly. Yes. Is there anything specifically you want to know about? I'm of course
How
here
well
to
placed the
serve.
spies are, what cells there are in the area, some specifics of the operations.
Well, we're supplied to continue operations.
I wave my hand a bit. Don't worry about that. Like as I said, a report on that a little later, something written that I could have and bring to our office will be fine.
Okay. Well, there's phew, right now we've got cells working on two fronts currently. Spies working on two information gathering fronts. Recently, we've been trying to understand the inner workings, obviously, of the Illumin. I don't know if you know about them. We've been trying to crack their wall of intelligence. They've not made much progress. But that cell is working. You could go meet with them if you wish to. They're based out of a precinct, actually, downtown. And there's also the other cell is working on infiltrating what we believe to be the source of the fog, the vampiric cults. But that has made very little progress, and more of their members have been disappeared than have acquired any information.
Do we have any cells working on the church?
No, we discontinued all work on the church after the incident in '99.
I nod my head and I say, fuck, I forgot my question. Give me a second. Oh yes. Rival organizations. Is there any for syndicate? Is there any other criminal organizations that we have to compete with in town?
Well, there's a couple mundane crime families that are problematic, but they're not huge threats. Nothing the Crescent Syndicate couldn't deal with. More pressingly, there is a singular threat. They're known as the Arson True. The Arson Troop. They are a spy network, or thieves guild, cutthroats, assassins, probably. They've gotten in the way quite a bit in into our investigation into the Illumin. Yes, the Urson troop. That's the main one of the main enemies we have. There's a rather neutral spy network, or thieves guild issue. Yeah, that's how I like to put it. There's another rather neutral issue, and that is the how do you say? It's a small crime family, but they're powerful, and their agents have been running around for a very long time. They call themselves the Green Way, and but they tend to be pretty neutral as far as most things go.
So that's specifically with the our city. But what about expanded operations outside the city, around the rest of the country?
Well, obviously, we have competition to the south. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you particularly. But there's also a group to the north that's of particular interest to our family. They've been fighting since the old world. The group to the north doesn't have a name, but their family name is Lacor. Lacor. Yes, so the
I
Lacor
thought you
crime
said
family.
you said
Lacor.
LaCroix. And I thought
Wish.
the water.
I Lacor. Yes, Lacor. The Lacor crime family. Their
Their name sounds
members
so
to the
great.
north. They would be the reason the silver stake was included upstairs. They are known lycanthropes.
Ah, lovely.
So, a very large concern to the north, and obviously many concerns to the south. But again, the infighting is mostly kept themselves in check.
I see. Um,
And of course,
you
there's the Western Crescent, kind of an offshoot, I'm afraid. But they mostly operate in the far west of the country.
I see. Thank you for briefing me on a lot of those things. So first off, I would like to make it official, seeing as you guys have operated long enough without having a member of the family here, that I'd like to officially make you chief of operations. So that'll be the tag on there.
I appreciate
But,
that kindly, sir. I'm proud to serve your family.
I would like to. There are things moving up around us and above us coming from my father, and I'd like to expand our base of power as much as possible. But first, I'd like that for an income expansion. So, in the coming days, I would like to absorb as many of the smaller speakeasies and crime families as we can. And to start with, I'd like to make Manhattan the jewel of our empire. So, I would like all crime in this city to go through us. So, we're gonna have
Um,
some work to do.
Well, we'd have to deal, obviously, with the vampires. That's a problem. They would present problems if we tried to do that. They'd probably directly get in our way, I would presume. Also, we'd need larger enforcement
Speaking,
teams than we have currently.
as I said, we're going to be working on that. As for enforcement, I've already begun to get that. There were some of my associates up above, but aside from that, those are future plans. We should speak a little more of the current situation. What did the spy networks know about the fog that's going on?
They've gathered some information. The fog, obviously, only the fog has affected the city greatly. We know that it's magical in nature. Obviously, we know that those who do not have any touch for the magical, they cannot see through the fog at all. So they are not bothered by the fog. And what I mean by that is they can't see the vampires. They don't see the blood. They don't see any of it. So the fog obscures anything that would otherwise cause them true concern.
What do they know about the vampires' intentions? Do they seem to be just trying to pull as many people as they can and convert them? Are they hunting for something?
By our judgment, they seem to be creating an army. But again, very little intel has been gained on that front. As far
So they're just mass converting people.
Seemingly, yes.
Interesting.
We have noticed that there have been certain fronts they've pursued quite heavily. For
Do we
instance,
have any locations?
They've targeted many of Tesla's workplaces and also many of his things that he invented, like the autonomous transports. That's something they've cracked down. They tend to like taking people from those. Definitely some underhanded trying to skew his reputation.
Do we have any locations of their bases or any known vampires, not vampire spawn?
No known vampires. We've noticed proliferation of them around a particular cemetery, but we don't exactly know the nature of that.
What particular cemetery?
And she would tell you it's the Necromance Pit Cemetery of the Necromance Institute. They're a small group doing research on, well, necromancy.
Well, that would be a good sign for vampires.
Presumably, yes.
Is there anything else you think I would need to be briefed on?
Not at the moment. Mostly, we're just in a very intel gathering mode at the moment.
All right. Well, in the future, I'd like to expand into. We need to create a bit more of a base of income to expand, and from there, I would like to shift to an expansion after our income has been gathered.
Okay.
I will work on a further plan from that. For now, continue gathering information, and we'll go from there once this wave outside of the fog is resolved.
Of course.
All right. If that's all, I'm gonna stand up. Thank you. That meeting was very enlightening.
Of course. Have a pleasant day.
You as well. And I leave to head back up to our office.
Okay. So you've just gained a follower. I will send you her information sheet momentarily. So she is a guild adept. So she is your main contact on dealing with the Crescent Syndicate.
Okay.
So that concludes your individual stuff, I believe, unless there's something else you want to do.
Nope. I'm probably just gonna read through this a bit, listen it a little bit, and maybe dip out.
Okay.
It is pretty late for me.
Yeah. Jonathan. Adams.
Yep.
Are you good? Was there anything else you wanted to do? You obviously already met your follower. Do you want to introduce your follower to the players who weren't here? Oh, this is Evie, by the way. I guess I did have art for her.
Oh. Buggers.
Nice.
Younger middle age, that's for sure. Okay, I think I need to go back.
Right, there he is. Scrawny boy. Very scrawny boy. he has a pike, right? It was a pike
Lance.
or lance. There we go.
So this
That
is
is a-
Gabriel Evergreen. He's a cavalier. And he is Jonathan Adams' follower.
Yeah, he apparently said that I was some sort of like knight of God or something,
Oh,
Yeah, so Gabriel
or I was
Evergreen,
going to be
he had a
the
vision.
first.
Yeah, he had a vision that the first knight of the Lord, since his father would be stood atop a pile of dead devils, and it would be Jonathan Adams that would be the first knight of the Lord,
that's exciting.
which is a title in the church. If you wanted to make a religion check, you could, and I could expand on what that is, but it's not necessarily important at the moment. So, Jonathan, if there's something else you wanted to do in these 3 weeks, you could.
No, I think my day in day out is kind of going out and just rock 'em sock 'em.
Valid. Okay. Then let's move on. Camillus Consus.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with your follower encounter, and then if there's anything else you want to do during these 3 weeks of quote unquote downtime, you're free to go from there. So, sometime in the 3 weeks of blood, Camillus found himself called to go on a quest alone. He felt called by Rage. You obviously know who Rage is. You're quite familiar with him. What do you do?
Well, I suppose I've gotten him into enough trouble already. I'll go on his quest.
All right. So, your quest for Rage leads you to an abandoned building. And what do you do? I mean, you come to an abandoned building, and you're like, this is it.
I will attempt to enter.
Going in the front door, going in a window, going in the back. What's your plan?
Does it seem to be occupied at all?
Not that you can see from here.
I'm
Okay.
heading off. Later, guys.
All right, bye.
I guess I'll just go in through the front then, or attempt to.
Okay, you go to the front door. You open the front door, and you open it to a hallway, and there's a hallway, and there's a set of stairs that goes to the basement.
I think I'll maybe just look around a little bit up top.
Okay, so there's 2 doors to your left and your right immediately when you come in. Right before you go to the hallway, there's stairs, and down at the end of the hallway, there's 2 doors there. One that goes straight, one that goes to the right.
Okay, I think I'll go just left, right, forwards.
So to the left room, in the left room, the immediate left, the left room is just a living room, or what remains of a living room. Nothing's in there, just completely empty. Do you want to go to the right, the immediate right one, or do you want to go down the hallway?
I'll go to the immediate right one.
The immediate right one opens up into what looks to be the remains of dining room, and you can see that essentially the next door to the right will open into the kitchen, which is open to the dining room, so you can see that whole area.
I'm getting the sense that this might have been a home.
Yeah, in fact, it was.
Okay. I will continue to investigate the upper floor, and then see if I find anything of interest, and if I don't, then I'll go into the basement.
Okay, there's no upper floor, so if you go to the end of that hallway, obviously the door to the right opens to the kitchen. The door past it opens into a bedroom, and that's all that's there.
See, is there anything of note in the bedroom?
Nope, just there's a picture of a family, but it's broken. The frame is broken. It's obviously been smashed at some point. Yeah, nothing of note otherwise.
Okay. Then I will continue to the basement.
As you descend the steps into the basement, you are left in a wide open space that should not be here. That like physically does not make sense, but it's a very big space, like cavernous. This was clearly not the basement that was here once upon a time. And you can see just fog fills the whole space. And in this big cavern, there are 6 pillars leading off into the distance. Between the second and third set of pillars, you see a group of vampire spawn that seem to be setting up some sort of den. They have not noticed you.
Maybe now would be a good time to test my destroy undead.
I mean, you could test it.
What is CR 1/2 or lower? What is it? What is the CR?
Not a vampire spawn.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
the
right, well,
essentially
that's-
it's CRs are levels for monsters.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I just go for the tried and true sacred flame.
Okay. So, as you're deciding what you come to the bottom of the steps, and as you're deciding what you should do, you notice that on the left side of the room, the fog kind of gets sucked into a space and kind of dissipates on that left side of the room. And you've noticed that like a tunnel has opened up into this cavern. Out of that tunnel walks a little girl. This little girl.
You have a teddy bear?
Yes, she's holding a teddy bear. And she walks out of this ever-present fog, and she begins to march straight up to one of the spawn, the vampire spawn. And she marches right up to the spawn who seems to be in charge. And she begins shouting at the spawn. And you can't understand what they're saying. What'd you do?
That is. Yeah, what kind of language are they speaking? Or am I just too far?
You're just too far. It just is
Oh.
muffled. You can't tell what they're shouting.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and rush forward before they can attack her.
As you begin moving towards them, the vampire spawn raises a claw to strike. What'd you do?
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll it.
It is a 16 dex to save.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for understanding what I meant by roll a hit and not just being like, oh, I don't have to roll the hit. Oh, that sucks. They got a nat 20.
Did I at least distract him?
Yes, in fact, you in casting Sacred Flame, I think that's vocal. There's a vocal component there, so you must say some sort of spell or prayer to cast Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
And he gets distracted, but his claw is still raised to strike. And as he looks at you, and he's staring at you, and in that moment that he's looking at you and being like, where the fuck did he come from? The little girl erupts into a giant bear, stood on its hind legs, and with her paws just rips off the vampire spawn head, and just clearly like throws the head away, and just roars at the other ones and moves to start attacking them. Roll initiative.
Seven.
Well,
I gotta.
they rolled a nat 1, so you're yeah, you're going first because she rolled a 6. So
Okay.
so there are 3 other vampires spawn at the moment.
Okay. I will cast Sacred Flame at the nearest one.
Okay, and they have to make a save, and they fail this time. So
Nice. I do 11 sacred or 11 radiant.
11 radiant damage. Okay. Yeah, sure. Your sacred flame just turns this vampire to dust. So that's one vampire spawn down. It's her turn. She's gonna grab hold of another one of them and just bites his head off, throws his body away, and is turning to the other one. And it's the last vampire spawn's turn. He's smart enough to know he should turn and run, so he turns towards the stairs where you're kind of in this way, and he just sprints towards you. It's your turn.
I see. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at him as well.
Okay. He needs to make another save. He fails as well. So go ahead and roll damage. This one is not as susceptible to the Sacred Flame as the other one was. The other one was previously a Catholic in his past life.
Okay. All right, I got 10 radiant.
Okay, so that's 10 damage that he takes. It is then her turn. Wow, okay, she's fucking killing it. Let me tell you. So she does on her first claw attack 9 points of damage. She also hits her second one, which is 11 points of damage. So she does 20 points of damage in total. And it is its turn. It is going to continue to sprint away. She's fast, but not fast enough to keep up with him now. So he's now past you. So you will get an opportunity attack. So what are you doing with your opportunity attack?
Okay. I will stab him with my Yakoa.
Okay.
And that will be... Oh, that's not great. It'll be a 7 to hit.
That's, you missed. He dodges under you and continues to sprint away. It is then your turn, because that was his turn. So he's sprinted past you. What do you do?
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Thank God this is a cantrip.
What does he have to beat?
16 dex.
Please hold. Fails. It's
Okay.
close,
This
but
feels weird. That feel like a really long time of silence.
Yeah.
I had to check. It was close because they had to beat 16, and she got a 15. So
Okay.
I had to actually
Um,
check what the stats were.
It'll be 15 radiant damage.
Okay. They take 15 radiant damage. It is her turn, and she sprints past you in bear form, but is just trying to catch up. She is not within range to hit him at this point. So it's its turn again, and it continues to run. It is now going up the stairs, in the process of going up the stairs. And it's your
Is
turn
it
again.
outside of 60 feet?
Yes.
God damn it. Okay. I'm going to run also.
Okay. So, I'm going to say, just for contingency...
Wait, actually,
Okay.
is it outside of 120 feet?
No.
I'm going to cast a guiding bolt.
You do that.
Kill him.
Dear God. Okay, I got a 9 to hit.
No, that misses. Your guiding bolt smacks into the stairs. It does prevent him going up the stairs because it breaks the stairs, so he just kind of falls on his face trying to go up the stairs. And then the next moment, the bear child person gets there and tears his head off. So the vampires are dead, and this bear person turns back into this little girl. And she just looks down at the body and like hugs her teddy bear and then looks at you. What do you do?
Your father now.
No. This wasn't covered in priest school. I guess I will try and comfort the small child. And ask where her parents are.
You're already doing better than my dad. Keep it up.
She's like, my parents are dead. They left me on the streets. You're the champion of rage, right?
How do you know? What?
Are you the champion of rage?
Yes. How do you know that?
I am the first priestess of rage and the warden of the oppressed.
Oh. That's an overbearing title for someone so small.
I wish to serve as your right hand in the quest to bring down the enemies of rage.
You are quite powerful. Okay. I accept.
Okay. So I'm going to break down Lily's backstory here. So this is Lily Thompson. Her story began in the bustling streets of New York City, where she was left as an orphan at a tender age. Abandoned and alone, she found herself navigating the harsh realities of life on the streets, constantly searching for shelter and scrounging for scraps to survive. Despite her challenging circumstances, Lily possessed a remarkable resilience and an indomitable spirit. She refused to succumb to the despair that often consumed those around her. There was a flicker of determination in her eyes, a spark that hinted at a hidden strength waiting to be unleashed. One fateful day, while rummaging through a forgotten alleyway, Lily stumbled upon an ancient artifact of unknown origin. It was a small, intricately carved amulet, pulsating with an otherworldly energy. Drawn to the mysterious allure of this bear amulet, Lily hesitantly picked it up, unaware of the transformative power it held within. As she clutched the amulet in her hand, a surge of energy coursed through her veins. It awakened something dormant deep within her, unlocking her hidden potential. Lily discovered that she possessed extraordinary abilities, those to turn into a giant bear, and that were far beyond what she had ever imagined. With newfound strength and agility, Lily began using her abilities to navigate the dangerous streets of New York City, chasing off mean old men with her gigantic fucking bear form. She swiftly became adept at evading trouble and defending herself from those who sought to exploit her vulnerability. Her agility allowed her to navigate the city's labyrinth alleyways with grace and ease, becoming a phantom-like figure that few could catch or comprehend in her human form, and a large bear-like fucking figure that no one would fuck with in her bear form. Over time, Lily honed her skill, embracing her inner strength as a means of survival. She realized that she had become something more than just an orphan. She had become a guardian of the forgotten, a symbol of hope for those who had lost everything. Driven by compassion, Lily used her abilities to protect the vulnerable and stand against injustice. She became a silent hero, intervening in situations where others feared to tread. Her presence in the darkest corners of the city brought comfort to those who had lost all hope, inspiring them to believe that change was possible. And one day, she finally met the person who had granted her these powers, the deity Rage.
Mm.
So, now she has found you, the champion of Rage, and she's the first priestess of Rage and the warden of the oppressed, and she wishes to serve as your right hand. Do you accept?
I do.
Okay, I will
She sounds strong.
She's fucking dope, man. Let me send you her little informational sheet. So she is the warden. So in her normal form, she mostly just casts spells. But should she need to, she is literally a werebear, so she can fuck up
I
some
see.
shit. If she needs to. But she does lose her ability to cast spells in her bear form, so.
She can cast spike growth 3 times a day.
At 3rd level. She's only 2nd level. All of your followers
Oh,
are only
okay.
2nd level right now. So your followers' level reflects half your level. So when you get to 6th level, then she'll be 3rd level, and then she can cast spike growth 3 times a day.
Okay.
And then we fade out. You have met your follower. Is there anything else you wish to do in the 3 weeks of blood?
I am supposed to meet with the church to discuss acquisition of arms.
So who would you want to talk to? Because you haven't heard from Father Gabriel at all.
Okay.
And you're not like you could go to the place that his like church place if you wanted to. But largely you would expect if you haven't heard from him, he's probably not there.
Yeah, I will go to probably. You'd probably want to go to a decent sized church, I would assume.
Probably. Let's let me check the map here.
I also don't want to put myself in front of like a bishop.
Yeah, that might be a
or
bad
someone
idea.
of high standing.
I think St. Patrick's Cathedral is still your best bet. That's where Father Gabriel operates out of.
Okay, I'll go there and see what I can meet with as far as that goes.
Yeah, so you go to the church when there aren't services going on, probably.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and you can talk to Father Gabriel's assistant. They're probably still around.
Yeah, that'll work.
This is like some meek, like very fresh off the market.
Right out of
Very
grade school.
yeah, like this dude, he doesn't fucking like, you know what I mean? He's green
Yeah.
around the ears, you know?
Yeah, I think maybe I do most of the work for him probably because it'll be quicker.
Okay. So yeah, you can. His assistant is working in Father Gabriel's office, so you can go in. What do you do when you go in? What do you say?
I'll probably put forth a full proposition for support from the church, including holy water, stakes, and anything religious weaponry that could be used against vampires.
Um, his assistant is like, well, the church has the uh. I don't have the power to like authorize that or something.
You do in Father Gabriel's absence, so
There's probably a form. Do you know where the form would be for that?
do I know where the form would be for that?
Probably in the filing cabinet.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
just
gonna
guess.
point at the filing cabinet.
This guy immediately goes over there. You know Father Gabriel's got a key in here somewhere. You could ask him for it and just go do that while he fills up the forms.
Yeah, I'll do that.
He's like, well, I think he probably his desk drawer maybe. And yeah, you find Father Gabriel's key for the armory, quote unquote armory. They don't call it that in polite society, but that's definitely what it is. His key to the armory, so you can go down. That's like in the basement of the church, and it's well hidden for most churchgoers. Yeah. You unlock the armory, and it's stocked full of shit. So, whatever you want.
Yeah, anything that I see that I think might give us some sort of edge against the vampires and the vampire spawn, I think I will grab a decent amount of.
Yeah, I mean, there's silver weapons, there's wooden stakes, there's garlic, there's holy water, um, anything that you could think of to fight anything with. I mean, there's crucifixes, like anything the church would need to fight, anything the church would fight. It's got.
Yeah, okay. I will arm us.
Okay. Consider yourself sufficiently armed. Obviously, none of these are specifically magical, but they are items
Right.
of the church, and some of them have divine energy, like holy water. But that's,
Or the crucifixes.
correct. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope, I think that's about it.
Okay. So you acquire all that stuff. I'm assuming there's probably a hearse you can borrow.
Yeah.
I was assuming it's a hearse, but I don't think any church actually owns a hearse. But
No. There's probably a vehicle used for religious processions or something.
yeah, something like that. Anyways, you get it all in your vehicle. By the time you get that done, he's got all the assistant has all the forms filled out. And he's like, "Are you sure you could do this? Like, are you sure I can do this?"
Yeah, stamp here.
And he pulls up the stamp. Just a stamp. He's like, it says it needs your seal. Do you have like your seal?
I think so. Do I have seal?
Yeah, you're the bishop of final rest. So like,
Okay.
you have a lot of sway.
Yeah.
And so you have some sort of seal, whether that be like a rubber stamp or like a seal that you would use wax. Yeah, you have one. So then yeah, you're good, and you have a fucking truckload of church fighting equipment.
Nice.
Is there anything else?
I'll return the vehicle as well.
Good idea. Is there anything else Camillus Consus would like to do in these 3 weeks of blood?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. I think that brings us, as we fade back into the fog, to Connor O'Leary.
I
You
was
still
falling
with
asleep
us?
out here, don't mind me. Yeah, no, I'm here. Falling asleep out here.
So Connor, you at some point in the 3 weeks of blood, you've been sent on a supply run for something. First of all, what is the something you've been sent to acquire? Really just putting you on the spot.
Well, I'm an enforcer, so obviously the thing I've been sent to retrieve is probably gonna be rum for a run. Dude, I can't talk anymore. I'm having a whole moment here. Rum runner.
Okay,
There we
so
go.
you were going to retrieve a load of rum.
Yep.
That makes sense. So, you went, you acquired the load of rum, you're on your way back.
Okay.
And suddenly, you find yourself in an alley, and you're ambushed by vampire spawn. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! Roll initiative!
Cool.
They're gonna steal your booze, Connor.
They
Oh,
apparently
well.
are, yeah.
I worked hard. I will not be outdone. They don't know I've been blasted.
Initiative.
Roll a 19.
Alright, you go first.
How many are there? Just with a quick glance around.
Glance around, there's, wow, 6 of them.
6
They
of 'em?
really want that rum, man.
Okay. Well, I got bad news for them.
In fact, I'm gonna
Uh,
flavor this. They're pirate vampire spawn.
They're
They really fucking
So,
want that rum.
okay. So I'm getting attacked by Pirates of the Caribbean, and are they like in front of me, behind me?
They're all directions.
Okay.
Right? You're in you're in an alleyway, so they're in front of you, they're behind you. There's also one sitting up on a fire escape above you. So that makes up all 6. So there's 3 in front, 2 behind, 1 above you.
Gotcha. Is it just me here?
Correct. It was just a
Okay.
cart. It was just a cart of rum, man. They thought you could handle it.
Well, listen, wasn't expecting to get jumped by the goon crew. Darn. So if they're all around me and I'm in an alleyway, down one part of the alleyway, I'm going to cast Burning Hands
In front of you or behind you? There's 3 in front, 2 behind.
in front of me.
Okay.
Oof, that's rough. They need to make a deck save. 15.
They got an at 1. So
Cool. So they only take 7 points of damage.
you know what? 7 points better than nothing.
It's true. However, there's a lot of them.
That's true. I mean, very, very true. I don't know what to tell you. You might die here. 6 is a lot of vampires, you know?
Nah.
I mean, if Burning Hands at 7 points of damage is the best you got.
We got a whole lot, but I have to. We might have to do something. With my bonus action, however, I will Blade Sing. After the Burning Hands, of course,
Okay.
and that'll just raise my AC a bunch.
Perfect.
That is the end of my turn.
Please hold. Okay. Well, This is gonna be rough for you. I'm not gonna lie. The three in front of you are immediately gonna charge you. They're all gonna try and slash at you with
Okay.
their claws. So that's 6 claw attacks coming right at you.
Cool.
What's your AC?
Currently 18.
Okay. Well, 2 of the first 3 claw attacks hit you.
Okay, and in response, then, with my reaction, would shield help?
Probably, I think so, right?
Yeah, because it raises my AC by 5, so unless I can hit a 23.
Right. So that would be reaction to them hitting you. So you would still take those 16
Yep.
points of damage, but then you would have raised AC.
No. So it does it before I get hit.
Oh, never mind. So then, yeah, they would have. What is it? 23 now.
Yep.
One of them still would have hit you.
Okay,
so
that's
that
fine.
would be
Still better than 2.
8 points of damage. And on their second attack, 2 of them miss. One of them still hits you. So that's gonna be. Another 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, the 2 behind you, they're gonna like grab the cart, like they don't want to go
Gotcha.
anywhere, and the one above you is just gonna keep watching you.
Okay.
So, it's your turn.
Cool. So start of my turn, I'm going to cast Misty Step.
Smart.
30 feet up in the sky, or like up on like if they have like the walk downs, you know what I mean?
Yep. The fire escapes. Yeah, that's what one of
Yep.
the vampires
And
is
then
crouching on.
with my attack action, we're gonna firebolt the liquor.
Oh shit! Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll to hit?
Yeah. Roll the hit.
13.
13. All right, you know what? That hits. I'm gonna say the liquor explodes, and the 5 vampires that were down there turn and fucking run. They just run. They're on fire. They're all burning. They start running.
Cool.
So where did you land in relation to the one that was on the fire escapes?
I think directly above him.
Okay, so you're directly above him. He turns to look at you, and now it's his turn. And
Okay.
he's going to try and jump up and hit you with his 2 claws.
Cool.
Your AC is still 23, correct?
No. It went back down to 18.
Oh, okay. Well, he missed you anyways on both attacks. He just
Cool.
couldn't quite get high enough. But he does manage to like grab the ledge, so he's up close to you. You could hit him if you wanted to. It's your
Gotcha.
turn again.
So I'm going to grab his head, and I'm gonna cast Burning Hands at 3rd level.
Okay.
Don't know if he qualifies for a dex save.
He's gonna get one. I'm gonna tell you that much.
All right.
He got a nat 1, so you win.
All right. We're just gonna roll some
Deserved.
damage.
Yeah, I think
And
that
I'm
was
gonna
deserved.
scorch him for 13.
13. Okay,
Yeah, that was 5d6, Bo.
that's rough, man.
However, I can still make a melee attack.
Correct. You can.
So we're gonna attempt to do a little bit of a race of his head.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo. All right. 19.
That hits.
All right. God, it's been doing me dirty. 6 damage.
Oof. I'm just gonna tell you, he's not even bloodied yet.
Gotcha.
He's burned. You fucking burned his face. That's for fucking sure. But
That's true.
he's gonna try and stab you now, or claw at
Okay.
you, I suppose. Again. Okay, well, he hits you once.
Cool. And then would raising my AC to 23 make him not hit me?
No.
Okay.
He would have got you either way.
Gotcha.
So he hits you for 10 points of damage. Gets really good clawing on your face. Really fucking hurts.
Gotcha. All right.
He almost gouges
Back
out
over
your
me.
other eye, so that's fun.
Sick.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Well, I'm just gonna teleport 30 feet away with Misty Step,
Yeah.
and then I'm also going to then use my movement to run even further away,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and then I pass over to him.
Okay. Well, seeing this, he like turns and looking for you, and he drops down.
Okay.
He lands on the ground, and he starts moving towards you. And from the shadows of this alley, this lady emerges. And fireboats this vampire, and he literally disintegrates to dust. And then this person is looking at you. What'd you do?
Appreciate the help. Don't know who you are, but appreciate the last I can save.
You are the prophesied one. I shall strike down all who attempt to kill you.
That's neat. I don't recall asking.
I've seen what you must do. The world needs you. No one else could do what you must.
You know, I've met weirder people, but you top the list.
I've seen more than you could ever imagine.
And what are your visions?
The divine secrets of the future.
Huh. If
Glimpses
you're looking
into
for money,
things
I
we
don't
cannot.
got any.
I need not your money, only your survival. You must
Oh,
do the things that you must.
were you just gonna follow me around, or
To ensure you do not die, yes.
I don't suppose I'm gonna be getting rid of you anytime soon?
Doubtful.
Oh, better travel with another person. So I guess you can follow me around.
All right.
I'm gonna, like, limp my way.
We fade
Still
in
trying
the
to
fog.
remain, like, really cool, you know? But I'm just, like, limping, kind of crawling.
We fade into the fog. So Connor Lear, you have met Seraphina Nightshade. This is your follower. Do you accept her? You can't say no. She's kind of creepy.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like she'd show up in my room at the dead of night, you know? I stand at the foot of the bed, kind of.
That's kind of the vibe, yeah. It's up to you.
I accept.
All right. This is the seer. So I will send you her. Heh.
If I would have gone any sort of lucky with any of those rolls, man.
Well, you almost had him with the frickin' fireball.
Hey, man. I was just like, I wonder if it'll work, you know?
Yeah, it would have worked, but yeah. So she just has firebolt. Really, that's her main thing. Um, So, Seraphina Nightshade, the seer, was born with a gift that set her apart from others, her ability to see into the future. From a young age, she possessed the ability to peer into the realm of visions and glimpses of the future. Her extraordinary talent as a seer granted her insights that eluded ordinary mortals, but it also burdened her with the weight of destiny. Growing up in a secluded village, Seraphina's visions were met with both awe and fear. The village elders recognized the potency of her gift and sought to guide her towards her true purpose. They nurtured her abilities, teaching her to interpret her visions and harness them for the greater good. As Seraphina honed her skills, she started receiving recurring visions of a prophesized hero destined to bring balance and harmony to a world on the brink of chaos. These visions unveiled the future threatened by a malevolent force that sought to plunge the world into darkness. Seraphina understood that it was her duty to safeguard the Chosen One and eliminate any threats that stood in their way. Driven by a profound sense of purpose, Seraphina made a fateful decision to become the instrument of justice, the flame that would purify the path of the prophesized one. She embraced the notion that in order to protect the light, she must confront and eradicate the darkness. Seraphina resolved to burn the enemies of the prophesized hero, utilizing her seer abilities to anticipate their actions and strike with precision. Through rigorous training and self-discipline, Seraphina not only developed her gift of foresight, but also honed her physical prowess. She became a master of stealth and combat, blending her supernatural insights with deadly martial skills. Seraphina adorned herself in dark, flowing garments, donning a mask that concealed her identity, a symbol of the shadowy justice she would enact upon those who threatened the prophesized one. Yeah,
I just
so
looked at the stat block. What are her stats?
yeah.
God.
To be fair, the stats of all the followers are a little broken, mostly because okay, so it says like all their stats are 16 or 18, and that means on all their rolls they get a +3 or +4. So they're pretty
But only
broken,
has Firebolt.
but only has firebolt. So that's you know, payoffs. Um,
Damn, hard nerfed for Ruby.
Although when you get to 6th level, she'll have hold person. You know, So that's something.
I already have that.
Okay,
Oh, good.
so you've all met your followers. Connor O'Leary, is there anything else you
Indeed.
want to do in your 3 weeks of blood?
I'd probably like to just kind of look around and see if other people are just like staying in or how they're reacting to the fog, and I think my character would also spend some time trying to figure out that ring that I found.
Okay. You have enough connections in the city, betrayed by the Illumin or not, to find someone who can identify this ring.
Mhm.
It is the ring of Air Elemental Command. So that's a stat block you can look up. It's useless, and it is useless unless you can find an Air Elemental to command, though. So, yeah, that's why you didn't do anything.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because I know what you're thinking, and that's exactly what it's for. Um,
Oh yeah, I can.
I didn't
create
just
air
randomly
elementals.
generate that. You can? What?
Yeah, wizards can do a lot of shit.
The fuck, man. Well, there you go.
I'm pretty
can
sure
just
my
command
shit
it.
could shoot out a magic bolt. Are you kidding?
Fair. All right. Yeah. So that's what that is.
Cool.
You do that now?
If I found the spell, I could. I can't right now because my level 3. I took Melf's Minute Meteors, Fireball. I took 2 more. Hold on. Summon Undead and Wall of Sand.
Mm.
Wall of Sand is broken. It's just a sand wall, 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 10 feet thick.
Yep. So this
Really
was
put
fun.
emphasis on thick there.
Yeah. Can also
Very
fire
important.
arrows.
10 feet thick.
10 feet thick.
So,
My follower gets wind wall at level 5.
Yeah, well, my follower. Full
Yeah.
person.
So the Ring of Air Elemental command, you can use the Ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on an Air Elemental. And if you fall, you descend 60 feet per round to take no damage from falling. You can also speak and understand Orin, which is like the air language. And if you help slay an air elemental while attuned to the ring, you gain access to the following additional properties: resistance to lightning damage, flying speed equal to your walking speed, and can hover, and can cast the following spells from the ring, expending the necessary number of charges: chain lightning 3 charges, gust of wind 2 charges, and wind wall for 1 charge.
That's insane.
Well,
Alright.
you have to slay an air elemental while you're in the ring, but
You never said a big air elemental.
that's
right?
true. It doesn't say that. That's not raw, man. So okay. Is there anything else you want to do? Your character wants to do in these 3 weeks of blood?
Yeah. So does my character find out anything about just how the general folk are taking what's going on, or like what rumors they think is going on?
Yeah. So the mundane folk have this conspiracy theory that the government is using the fog to control who can see the construction of the new skyscraper in the city, because there's like a conspiracy theory that there's like devil worship going on inside of it or something like that. Yeah,
That
you
seems
know,
great.
there
that's
might be
pretty accurate,
legitimacy there.
I mean, like,
There might be a little bit of legitimacy to that.
You better write that down, because I'm
Probably,
not gonna remind you later.
they're
It's recorded.
Uh,
they're really not pissing
yeah,
in the air and telling
the mundane people are like, it's fog, it's fucking New York City. What the fuck do you expect?
It's true.
That's the vibe you get from like the normal person. More magical folk that you might encounter, they're like, yeah, they're fucking vampires. This is fucking bad. I'm staying in my fucking house. You do notice, interesting, like the government seems to be like on top of issuing like, dude, stay at home if you don't have to leave orders. Which is
but I know the
weird.
government has ties to the Illumin.
Right. That's true. So, and they're all like, oh man, the air quality's bad. You shouldn't leave your house if you don't have to, kind of thing.
Hey, it's like that real life right now.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, that's definitely that's.
Okay.
Otherwise, I mean, people are taking it. Either they don't understand what's happening, or they're like, they're fucking vampires, bro. I'm fucking staying
Yeah,
inside.
Our air quality yesterday was above 250. So
Woo!
maybe they said that.
Yeah. So, is there anything specific you want to learn, or?
Oh, one more thing. Is there a specific center of the fog? Has that been triangulated? Anything like that?
If you wanted to spend time during those 3 weeks to figure it out, you could. Is that something your character wants to like dig into?
Yeah.
Just a moment.
Yeah, you're all good. I mean, if we can figure out where the center of the vampire, fog is, I mean, there's a possibility there that we could actually find out what's going on and why.
So you spend probably a week and a half of these 3 weeks, like trying to triangulate where the fog is coming from. You narrow it down to being, you think the origination is from the Plaza Hotel.
Okay.
And that's at the bottom of. If you look at the map in maps, in the maps server thread,
Oh,
whatever the
gotcha.
fuck it's
Okay,
called.
I'm gonna go.
Like
night.
your bye. Oh, jeez. All right. The Plaza Hotel is at the bottom of Central Park there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Wow, he really just
So I'm-
ditched.
I think he's tired.
Yeah, same. You can leave
But,
too, Doug, if you want.
I'm good. I was eavesdropping on all this wonderful fucking roleplay going on.
Hey man, tell you what, I'm a certified gamer. All right.
Oh yeah. And plus, I'm not going to sleep for like another 2 hours anyway.
Facts.
Same.
Same.
Even against my better judgment. But other than that, I think that's what my character would do. Obviously, I would share the info with the rest of the team here,
Okay.
because we can't have vampires ruining our very legitimate business.
Very legitimate, for sure. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's what your character does. That's everything.
Cool.
Next time we will jump into the pit cemetery. So that's fun. This is the art for that. If you want to look at it, but that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
This took way longer than I imagined it might. But I'm also not surprised. So, all right.
See
I'm
you
gonna end
next month.
stream now. Yeah, right. Maybe.
Next month.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, it
should
will
we-
be.
Yeah, it will be.
Well,
That's true. All
we
right.
could try to
Bye,
schedule something like this
stream.
again.